everybody, welcome back to Gym City Preparedness and Training. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down essential items that you need for the first 72 hours of a disaster and potentially longer. Starting with water. Water is the most important item that you can stockpile, and without water, you're completely useless. They say that you need a minimum of 1 gallon of water per person per day, but that's bare minimum, not taking any activity or other factors into consideration. So as you can see right here, we have bottled water. Bottled water is going to be my immediate on-hand drinking solution. Now, we have 5 to 6 cases that we keep in our house of water, and that's just drinking water in addition to the water we have coming from the city. We have water purification tablets. We also have water filters. If you're familiar with my other videos, we keep the Sawyer Mini and the Life Straw in all of our camping equipment and all of our bags. That's in our vehicle. Next up, we have the water bob. The water bob is a liner, BPA-free bathtub liner that you can put in your bathtub, and it's going to help you store up to 100 gallons of water. We keep 2 of these. We keep one in our upstairs bathroom, one in our downstairs bathroom, just as a precaution. Now, when we go camping, we typically use water jugs or water carriers like this, just because, again, this one specifically holds 6 gallons of water. So we carry about 3-4 of these. One is designated solely just for sanitation and like cleanliness. And then the other 3 are for drinking water for ourselves and our pets. Then we have our trauma bag from Refuge Medical. And then we have basic first aid kits. And again, you can pick these up anywhere. Just basic first aid kits, little boo-boo kits. The trauma bag, I can leave the model and a link in the pinned comment for that one. Then we also have a 20-pound bag of rice. Now, again, this one is not sealed in Mylar or in any mason jars, because this is our on-hand supply. So having 2 or 3 of these on hand, as well as some oatmeal and some other essential items, staple goods that you use, will help you. Now, for the initial 72 hours, you're going to have your food that you already have in your house or in your pantry in your rotation. So don't overcomplicate it. Use what you have, eat what you already use. Then we also have like some canned meat, some soup. I love soup. So soup, we got some MREs. So freeze-dried food, anything like that, emergency preparedness food will work wonders for you. Stepping onto the other side, I'm gonna scoot the camera up. Stepping onto the other side, just some flashlights. Like I said, we use these flashlights when we go camping. The unicorn is my daughter's, so I had to throw that one in the video just for shits and giggles. Emergency radios. So some type of ham radio or CB radio, anything like that. This is an NOAA hand crank radio. So if the batteries go down or the solar's not working, you hand crank this. It's going to help get you some type of communication or emergency broadcast. It also has the solar panel up top, as well as a compass. It has the SOS button, and it has a flashlight. And yes, it takes USB-C, and then that's the flashlight. So you have multiple options for that. And then again, we have multiple of these little headlamps. We keep chem lights everywhere because, like I said, when we go camping, the outhouse, just to help see what's inside of there. Candles, matches, lighters. Again, you can place candles safely around your house just to illuminate the area without breaking the bank. And then We have the battery daddy, which is filled with batteries. AA, AAA, 9-volt, CD, and then over here in the far corner, we have Mylar bags. We have Mylar bags. Now this is for, again, when we're storing our rice, our oats, our flour, sugar, different staple goods for us. Like this one is from 2020, and that's rice, and that's a 20-pound bag of rice. Then we're gonna jump down to some more items that you should have that can go with your first aid kit. So again, stethoscope, glucose meter, traditional blood pressure cuff, a manual thermometer, a digital thermometer, a suture kit, any over-the-counter medicine that you might be taking, especially for children, alcohol peroxide, a syringe, Neosporin, Oragel, some Dramamine for motion sickness, nausea, stuff like that. So again, prepping is not preparedness, I should say. It's not difficult. It can be expensive, but again, that's only when you're going outside of your means. Stick to the items that you need, and that's specific to your situation. I don't think you need to go out and buy a whole bunch of unnecessary items that's just gonna sit. So I'm gonna switch the camera angle to the next table and we'll be right back. All right, so now that I got the camera pointed over at the other table, starting off in the back, we have a Harbor Freight 5-gallon gas can. That's not a jerry can, nor is that a Wavian. That is my 4th or 5th one that I've had. The first 2 that I brought, there was a lot of issues with it. The gas cap had broke easily, and there was a lot of issues with the seal. So far, this newer model, no issue. I know I also experienced a lot of issues when I went to fuel up some of my other devices. Gas will leak all over the place, so you had to prepare for that. N95 gas mask. We all been through COVID and everything else. Having these on hand, it won't hurt you. One of the most important things up here will be the smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Don't forget your gas detectors. Having these throughout your house will save you and your family. Same goes for the fire extinguishers. Having adequate amount of fire extinguishers placed strategically throughout your house. That's your first line of defense if there's a fire. Waiting for 911, it takes time. And also, if there's a grid down situation, help might not be coming. So you need to have something to combat the issues on hand. A siphon pump, if you're pulling gas or fuel from a vehicle to a generator, vice versa, having one of these or 2 of these will prove its worth. Again, just particle filters, respirators, if you're doing some type of work. Now, this does not protect you against, microbes or anything like that. That is for large particles. Your propane, again, for the My Buddy or your cooking stove, indoor cooking stoves, making sure you have adequate amount of portable propane tanks, and also for your cookware and essential. Make sure you're following the storage guidelines set by the manufacturer, because the last thing you want to do is void out your insurance through your house. Now, moving slightly over, again, just extra paper towels, sanitizer, soap, body wash, wipes, toothpaste, toothbrush, and any other personal items that you need. Having a stockpile of those while you're ahead will save you from having to fight large crowds or approach empty shelves in your time of need. Also, down here, your nails and your screws, making sure you have construction screws, general purpose screws, construction nails, the whole nine. All right, so down here again, we have multiple tents. This one right here is from Ozark, and this one is an 8-person tent. We have quite a few of these. Like I said, we go camping every summer, so and we carry a large group with us. So having extra sleeping bags, tents, blankets, as well as tarps, paracord. We have a whole lot of paracord. Paracord. Do not confuse paracord for any type of climbing rope or anything else like that. Paracord is not for climbing. Having tarps, duct tape, some plastic sheeting. This is black, but we also have clear. Like I said, we use this throughout the winter if we need to seal off a certain area, especially windows, if a window was to break, or to block out our windows if we have power and our neighbors don't. So stand by. We're going to jump over to the next one. All right, so quick shot at this. I'm not going to spend too much time on that because if you guys are familiar with the channel or new to the channel, I have already done my loadout box. I'll leave a link to that in the comments, the pinned comments, and I will also add the tab on the screen. It should be somewhere right here. So make sure you guys click that if you're interested of the breakdown of the gearbox. But you don't need all this. But having a defensive tool or weapon, rifle, shotgun, pistol, will help you protect your goods. So I got the assault bag, the ballistic helmet, night vision, plate carrier, gas mask, and battle belt up there, and then just some other goodies down in the box. Again, if you're interested in all of those videos, check out my playlist because I go over in detail specifically what I keep. I have yet to do my assault bag yet. That is the Agilite AMAP 3. That video should be coming soon. There's a couple more things I'm trying to work out, but I have finally added some things that I've been needing to it. So stay tuned for that one. Okay, so now that we got the whiteboard out, the very first thing that you should have in place is a plan. This plan should cover a wide range of incidents and scenarios that you are likely to face. Now, this doesn't have to be over comprehensive or overly complicated. You just need a rough idea of how you're going to respond if X happens. Moving right onto the list, you need water. You need an abundance of water, but on a bare minimum, you need a gallon of water per day. Now that's low activity or no activity. Of course, if you're doing more, you're gonna need more water. For a family of 5, my specific situation, for a 30-day stretch, at minimum, I need 150 gallons of water. I'll feel a little more comfortable with the 300 gallons of water. Now that's for drinking, sanitation, and all that other stuff. So make sure you have enough water to address each specific need. Now with the water, you got your water purification tablets, you got your water filters, you got your reverse osmosis filters or whole house filters, you have gravity fed water filters, you have bottled water, rain catchment systems, wells, and any other type of water system that you may have, a pool, a hot tub, anything like that. Don't forget your water heater, or even your toilet, worst case scenario. That's where you're going to practice purifying water. With food, for the first couple days, first couple weeks, you should already have your pantry stocked. So having the food that you already eat in your rotation will be the first wave of food that you eat. Then you will go into your non-perishable foods, your canned goods, your emergency food, your MREs, your freeze-dried food. With that, don't forget your can openers or any type of food that is specifically for a person who is on a special or restrictive diet. With shelter, make sure you have weather appropriate clothing, extra blankets, gloves, sleeping bags, your tents, plywood, your plastic sheeting, your shatterproof film, your hats, your scarves, your tarps, duct tape, electrical tape. Now with the plywood, at our old house, we had just extra plywood on standby in case one of our windows was busted, or if we needed to repair a door. So again, it's just a temporary fix to help repair compromised um, entry or exits. Now with security, you already know you have your weapons, whether that be a gun, a knife, a bow, or any other type of offensive or kinetic projectile. Don't forget your security cameras, your exterior lighting, dogs, reinforced doors and hinges, your barred windows. Now with the barred windows, that is a pro and a con because it does wonders to keep people out. But if you are the person that needs to get out, you can be placed in a compromising situation. Extra lumber, so your 2x4s, your 4x4s, your security bars, your alarm systems, and if you're part of a group, having watch patrols in place, or if you're part of a bigger group, having like community watches or neighborhood patrols, and don't forget your ammo. With communication, you want to make sure that you're getting the information from credible sources. When the grid goes down or disaster strikes, there's going to be a plethora of information that's going to be false, misleading, or put out there to distract you. So make sure you're getting your information from credible sources if possible. Now, your NOAA emergency radios, make sure they are solar powered or have the option to be solar powered, and they are also hand crank. That way, if the batteries go down, it's cloudy, you can crank it up and get your information. Make sure you're also aware of all of the emergency frequencies and channels in your region. Your ham radios, your walkie-talkies, your CB radios, your satellite phones, your GPS systems, if that is still up and running, emergency phones, emergency broadcasts, so make sure you're signed up for alerts. If there's an emergency broadcast that's sent over the airwaves or messages, and then of course social media, your calls and your texts. Now with first aid, I think a lot of people slack on because it's very expensive if done the right way, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. Having a traditional first aid kit will work wonders in a lot of situations, and then you can build out onto it. And then you can step up into like your trauma kits, but just having, again, your prescription medication that you need. If you wear glasses or contacts, making sure you have extras of those. Any life-sustaining medicine or devices. So anything keeping you alive and well, you need to have a supply on hand just in case crap hits the fan. With that, your oxygen tanks, your walkers, a cane, anything like that, you want to make sure that you have ready to go. If you require dental work, make sure you are getting that taken care of now while the grid is still up. You don't want to complicate that situation when there is no dentist around or any type of treatment. So don't forget over-the-counter medicine for your sinuses, your pain, cold, flu, nausea, diarrhea, any rash creams or aches and stuff like that, especially for like little kids, just to keep them under control. Again, blood pressure cuffs or blood pressure kits, glucose meters if you have any allergic reactions or allergies, sorry, having an EpiPen or something similar to it will work wonders. Your alcohol, your peroxide, your antibiotics, and your thermometers. I think also, if you're able, everyone should be taking a CPR and first aid course. You will be surprised at how many people do not know basic first aid or how to properly give chest compressions or the Heimlich if needed. With sanitation, you want to make sure you have extra soap, toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo, your disinfectant spray, your cleaners, trash bags and contractor trash bags for the heavy duty stuff, portable toilet or a way to get rid of your body waste or to flush your toilet. So again, more water on hand just to flush the toilet because you don't want to be in the proximity of that waste. Having tissue, paper towels, extra diapers if you have a baby, or again, if you're above age and require those, making sure you have those necessary items. And if you're a female, making sure you have your feminine products, your wipes, your medical ointments, your hand sanitizer, again, alcohol, bleach, making sure you have all that. Again, this is just a rough draft of things that we have in our house and things that will more than likely be gone once the grid goes down. For your finances, I think right now everyone should be working on reducing or eliminating your debt. I know that's one of my areas I'm focusing on, while also trying to diversify my income portfolio. So getting into digital currency, gold, silver, and other type of bullions, stocks and bonds. Having on-hand cash will be big. So having that cash on hand, like in a safe, somewhere quick and accessible for you and only you. And you want to have that money in small denominations, your ones, your fives, your tens, 20s, possibly, but I would not go bigger than the 20. And then also shifting your lifestyle to a more frugal lifestyle or conservative lifestyle, buying used items that still have the quality, or buying secondhand, and then having an emergency fund. Having an emergency fund consisting of maybe $500, $1,000, whatever the number it is for your specific situation, having that on hand. And then going into tools. Number 9. Again, these are no specific order, but again, just trying to put everything in a category. So your tools, you're going to have your common tools, your hammer, your screwdriver, your ratchet sets, your nails, your screws, all that. Having smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors throughout your home or work area. Your gas detectors, because that's something that a lot of people are not aware of, having gas detectors in their home. Having fire extinguishers throughout your home as well, making sure you have the proper fire extinguisher for the specific incident you may need it for. Matches, candles, lighters, extra batteries, any type of signal or warning system, whether that be a horn, a whistle, some type of alert trap or something like that. Having proper PPE, so your gloves, your mask, your suits, your boots, whatever else. Those that are capable to have generators and inverters, making sure again you having proper fire extinguishers and carbon monoxide detectors. We also have a fireplace, so having firewood ready to go just in case we lose heat. Where we have our fireplace set, it's a big and open room, and there are windows right there onto the side to keep it ventilated. But we also have carbon monoxide detectors right there as well. So portable heaters, as you've seen in the other segment, the My Buddy, that's where stuff like that will come in handy. Also, for the small propane tanks, you have your Coleman grill set or stove set, where you can just attach it to a propane tank and you can start cooking. Also, other type of energy sources, whether that be solar, gas, diesel. If you have the land, even bigger solar panels, wind turbines, whatever. Just a way to harness energy to accomplish the mission. Don't forget your chainsaws, your manual saws, your axes, local and regional maps, flashlights, shovels, and any other type of tool to help alleviate the stress of the situation. With identity, having physical and digital copies of important documents, whether that be a marriage certificate, a deed to your home or land, bank information, your house insurance or car insurance, um, passport, identification cards, your titles, all that type of stuff. And with that, don't forget, you want to make sure that you have it in a fireproof and or a waterproof container. Other stuff that you can add will be, again, pet food if you have pets, and any type of medicine that they take. Books, games for kids, or any type of activity just to keep them distracted. Don't forget your snacks. Just for morale boosters, games and snacks for kids or younger adults work wonderful. And then also any type of state, federal, and community resources available for emergency preparedness, that's going to help you out a ton. Don't forget, just to tag on to food, you have Mylar bags, mason jars. So if you're familiar with canning and different things like that, don't forget your oxygen tablets. And then one thing that I did add down here at the very bottom in red is being aware of improper storage and how that could have a negative effect on your house warranty or something like that in the event of a fire. So making sure you're following proper procedures to storing ammo, any type of other hazardous or combustible items on your property. Because the last thing you want, God forbid, would be an explosion and then you get found out like, oh, that's not covered. So making sure you're aware of all of the things you need to address. We'll get back to the next segment.